Yeah, we back live on YouTube, Riverside, and Facebook. So look, technical difficulties, you know what I'm saying? I had to get my mic cord right. I had to get my new mic cord because we've been moving and shit, so it is what it is. The Re-Education Hip Hop Show, if you didn't know, now you know. They're talking about the anti-intellectualism of hip hop. If you didn't know, it's been happening for the beginning of hip hop, actually. It's stupid, but some real shit. It's also going on in your neighborhoods right now. It's going on in the communities. Look at the school systems, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I call this show the Re-Education of Hip Hop, because it's time to get re-educated. But salute to Curtis King, FD Signifier once again. Yo, this podcast. My man Curtis King, he one of the true pioneers of independent, not just hip hop, but independent content driven, content. I mean, literally. From the music, I heard some of his music also. Go listen to his music, FD Signifier. I know I seen him on a lot. I don't know if I ain't specific on him, but this right here the title caught my attention because this is where I'm at with it. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, no matter what social atmosphere you on right now. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe. In the comment sections. I hate that one. Yeah. There's a lot going on in hip hop, man. We gotta just a light talk. I'll be back because I got some things to do. Go check out Curtis King TV. Alright, I'm gonna let they podcast, go. Go check out Curtis King TV. One of my favorite podcasters on hip hop, you know what I'm saying? One of my favorite. There's tons of them out there, tons of them out here now, and I'm gonna just say, all of them ain't great. Some of them are better than others. Some of them are good for some things. Some of them ain't good for shit, you know what I'm saying? But like clickbait for real, But that's really what they want to sell y'all, so that's what they gonna give y'all. But over here, I'm just trying to keep it funky. Once again, this is about trying to reteach the community that it's about community first and foremost. Shit, remember that. And that's what he's saying. A lot of the OGs are lacking in hip hop, as far as right now in the climate that it is in the world. You're talking about the price of eggs and shit, and he talking about he don't want to hear that in his hip hop. Like, what do you want to hear? What do you want to hear? Oh, you too rich to care about the the tones and the actual shit that's going on in the streets. Man, it don't make sense, but I understand it. Let's get to it, man. Alright, let's get to the anti-intellectualism of hip-hop, has been happening for a long time. Yo, salute to whoever in the chat. Let me get over to the chat real quick, check on it. Who we got? I'm pretty sure it was Sassy. Let's see. Whole chat. Okay, live chat. I don't see no chat yet. Alright. Let's get it. Chilling with the grandson all day. trying to get my theme song to play. They don't want to play. That's what I'm gonna do. You just tuning in. It's the Re-Education and Hip Hop Show. Let's go. Alright, if you go like this. Other ways of doing it. Your boy been pioneering this mental health rap shit for the last 10 years now at least. Y'all can go check the catalog. Just listen to Anger Management, 1 and 2. That's big staples, and the Hustle Ghetto King series 1 and 2. Even the My Life series, but specifically My Life Volume 3, the double album. Go check that out. Killer B, the Killer B tape 1 and 2 is more of that. So go check them out. But there's a lot of podcasts that have been piggybacking and jumping onto the mental health bandwagon, and ain't even, to me, it don't seem legit. It don't seem official. And when it don't seem official, you can tell when it ain't gonna last. And that's sort of like the real what was it? Let's rap about it podcast. While I fuck with all the artists on there, I really do. I really rock with every artist on there. Salute to Dave East, I got Dave East on Bosses and Losses on MLV3, the B side, respectfully. So salute to Dave East. Salute to Dave East, Mano, Jim Jones, and Fabulous for the Let's Rap About It podcast. But they were talking about it, and they, a lot of the mainstream artists, a lot of the mainstream cats that I grew up on, they definitely got on and into, they got too much fame and money way too young in life. And they don't know, the ecosystem or what it is to be out in these streets today. And it shows in a major way. So, but there was also talking about Big X the Plug, and I don't even know the comments, so I'm gonna check it out, so I'm gonna look into it. Big X the Plug said something. Let's see, some controversy. But it was into the same conversation of they're incentivizing rappers to be stupid or idiots, I guess, something like. Oh, excuse me. Oh shit. He's a big man. He's a big dude. I never really seen the cat. I'm not into Big X the Plug. I heard the one with him and the Country Cat. It's not for me, It is what it is, Let's see. All right, Curtis King got that one too. Salute to Curtis King, man. That boy he be on it, man. The conversation is really, why can't hip hop have both? Hard hitting hip hop, lyrical music. We need to have it all. There has to be dance music as well as lyrical, but the lyrical music is what got me to where I am today, because a lot of the lyrical music really got me wise before I actually experienced it myself, but it also taught me that, that there was bridges in Queensbridge, shit like that. Stupid. Let's go. Yeah, okay. There you go. I am too. Real shit. Exactly. I was just gonna say that's not singing, dog. If you got to auto tune it all the way up like that, your shit's all the way tuned up, bro. You just tuned up. You just a robot after that. He too scared. He too scared to get pressed about the real issue, by his peers. That's the same. Hold on, let me pause this. What Curtis is talking about right here, he said like, well, I don't see why he didn't go talk to Sway, Breakfast Club, something like that, because Big X the Plug, just like Drake, as Curtis King and a lot of others have already pointed out. Well, we know this. They skip over the black media when they doing their press runs. You know what I'm saying? They don't do no black media. And therefore, I'm gonna say it like this. This ain't the total definition of a culture vulture, but to me, if you're in the culture and you're not exactly directly ever talking to the culture's media outlets, then you are a vulture, because you're taking that and you're taking our culture and putting it somewhere else, or you're doing it for the wrong reasons, but you're doing it for a purpose that I don't even think you understand. I think that you want to be bigger than hip hop, and nobody is bigger than the culture ever. You know what I'm saying? That's why. That's the moment when I think most any artist like that will fail. The moment that you start thinking that you are above the crowd, the whole culture, to where you don't need hip hop culture media. I don't remember the last time Drake did Big Boy or Breakfast Club. And while they sitting here, he's like, I would have preferred him to have this conversation with Sway in the morning or the Breakfast Club. He just gave you the reason. He just gave us the reason why we not gonna see him with those people. And if he do the Breakfast Club, he gonna say the same thing. Well, I'm not a hip hop artist. I'm just an artist. You sound stupid because you don't even understand what you're doing anyway. The main thing is that, okay, look, they gonna put this charade around him and this facade around him, making him look like he is completely independent. But I'm pretty sure there's a deal somewhere to where it's an independent distribution deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not signed directly to a major, but there's major label backing there, or there's major distribution money there. You know what I'm saying? For marketing and funding, nonetheless. You ain't just popping off out of nowhere doing numbers like this. You know what I'm saying? Just because you Fat Black Ugly and Never Again. You know what I'm saying? Like we got the Biggie, a Biggie effect again. You Fat Black and you can do music. That ain't just gonna sell it. You know what I mean? So what's really going on here? Those are the cultures, my G's. That's why I'm like, yo, we not. Stop buying into the bullshit. Y'all are buying into the hype of these artists who are taken directly from the culture, but then they're not returning it. They're not returning nothing to the culture. They going over there to country radio. They doing the podcast with the white dudes instead of the hip hop podcast media. They showing you. They telling you. And these are the artists that, this is why, if y'all say hip hop is dead, y'all say ain't no hip hop in the top 40, this is the reason why right here. Y'all buying everything else, but y'all won't even buy your next door neighbor mixtape because you know him. When realistically, your next door neighbor needed more because you know he can't afford to pay all his rent and shit. He got child support and all this other shit, and you rather go and give your money to these motherfucking billionaires, to the millionaires and billionaires, the niggas that's flaunting the money in your face while they living in New Jersey and shit. You know, flaunting the fact that they live in New Jersey and you know I can walk outside and I can leave my door unlocked. You know what I'm saying? Okay, right around the corner. You know what I'm saying? A couple blocks over, where you used to live. You know what I'm saying? There's murders and shit happening, and y'all don't even give a fuck. There's people who can't buy turkeys for Thanksgiving, and y'all act like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do a turkey drive. Yeah, because it's a tax write-off for you. While you sitting up there in your Balenciaga outfits and shit, like, you know, niggas in the hood don't give a fuck what you wearing. You're a target either way. And so if you don't start giving back, you know what I'm saying, niggas will start taking that, and that's just the way it goes. But these cats like Big X, The Plug, the Drakes, who are directly doing hip-hop music and then never returning anything to hip-hop other than, oh, I'm going to throw this guy a layup because I like his song, but now when I reintroduce his song, it's going to be mainly my song. Come on. We got to keep it funky like things in the crack house. The jig is up, and the real hip-hop is over here in the underground, so stay tuned. The Re-Education of Hip Hop show. It's your boy B Jack, man. Y'all know how I go, and if you don't know, then that's why you're here. You know what I'm saying? Because you can be, listen, you're either gonna be food or get. I'd rather be food. I'd rather be schooled than get food. You dig what I'm saying? Let's go. Get schooled, not food. The Re-Education of Hip Hop show. I gotta go. Holla, blow. Peace. Y'all may think, you know, that, and let me say this before I go, Lakeshore Lifestyle Unlimited, that's the name of the new brand. Lakeshore Lifestyle Unlimited, LLC. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, I got it. While you niggas trying to, don't even worry about it. Listen, it's time to level all the way up, and when I say level up, you gotta worry about your mentality, man. Focus on mental health, and I'm gonna get to a story, but because I got things to do, I gotta go pick up my lady and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I need to go, so I'm gonna holler back in a little bit. But we're gonna have this discussion about mental health and illness in the hood. You know what I'm saying? And how we need to help one another do better. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say respectfully, it has a lot to do with the situations in the hood, the MUs in the hood. You know what I'm saying? The two right here in Muskegon County. We're gonna get back to that. Respect to the families, the deceased, and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I do know a lot more details have been coming out, so we'll get to that later. And I do want to just really dig into that. But there's a guy who was on WZZM that I want to quote, and I'm gonna find the link to the article and all of that. And we're gonna get back to that because I really do want to have this conversation about mental health and illness in the hood, and how we gotta be able to spot it. For those of us who can spot it, we need to start speaking on it, and speaking about it, so that these type of things don't happen again. This guy was definitely, everybody knew he had a mental health illness, and this could have really been prevented, and it hits closer to home than even just being around the corner from where I live now. Is literally on the block that we was just living on, right? You know what I'm saying, down the street. But beyond that, it hits closer to home, and I'll give y'all the details later. But respectfully, condolences to the families, you know, of the victims. I ain't even gonna get into it yet because it's a heavy subject, and I don't want to start, because if I start, I just can't stop. But there's a lot to be said. The main thing I want to say is condolences, and this type of thing happens way too much, and I do believe a lot of these type of instances could be stopped if the ones like myself, you know, we start speaking up. I've been speaking to a lot of people in my neighborhood who going through very, very traumatic situations that are very violent, and I'm saying really violent, you know, and how there's a lot of mental illness that goes unchecked in the hood. So we'll deal with that later on, man. You know, it's the Re-Education Hip Hop show, because we rather be schooled than to be fooled. You dig what I'm saying? You rather be schooled or fooled. It's the Re-Education Hip Hop show. Peace, love, and hair grease. I gotta go. Come on. Each one teach one, but if you know better, then you know the best thing to do is to alert somebody. You know, if you think some shit is going on, you think somebody you think somebody is that violent to commit, you know, the MUs, then you need to say something to the authorities respectfully, and man, once again, condolences to those, you know, those two young ladies right here in Muskegon County. Hits closer to home. I'm gonna get back to y'all in a minute. Yo, peace, love, hair grease. Cherish your loved ones, man. And if y'all see y'all loved ones, man, especially for the guys who got nieces, daughters, sisters that are in domestic, super hardcore relationships, man, it's time to start speaking up on that shit. It's time for us to clap back at these cats and get them out of the way. You know what I'm saying? For real. And clean up the streets. You know what I'm saying? It's me, Jack, the rap counselor, Re-Education Hip Hop Show. I'm out the door. Peace.